So now recording is on, I guess. Okay. Cool. Let's start. So a quick recap. Like yesterday, we did our navbar mobile responsive, and that's what we achieved. We have this menu looking like this. Okay. I know some of them were facing issues, so maybe at the end of this session, we may take your issues. I was not able to address yesterday night, so we can do that thing. So Rishikesh is saying, please revise JavaScript. Okay. You mean the JavaScript part which we did here in app.js, you were saying, Rishikesh? Okay, good. So see, JavaScript is major, understand when are we writing this code. So if when you have to write any kind of logic where you are saying you want to apply certain conditions. So in our case, uh, our condition is this, like whenever we click on this menu, it is changing the navbar menu style. So this is the default menu which we have created for the web view as well. But for lower resolution, so what we are doing is we are showing this thing. So what is this doing? Okay, so first let's try to understand. So it is a toggle. So first of all, understand the toggle concept here. Toggling is like you press the button and the fan gets on or light gets on, and when you turn it off, it gets off. Same way, this is our on switch and this is off switch. So now in HTML, CSS, or in, you can say, in JavaScript and CSS, we use this actually it's a CSS property. So you call it as active. Okay, when it's active, that means uh, it is on, and the whatever the else condition is, that is going to be your false thing. So what we are trying to do is we are first of all keeping the logo same, because that the logo position is not changing, but the menu we are changing it. So JavaScript, understand what I said first, click. So your code, it start reading it like this. So here nothing is happening, we are just declaring these two variables here. Okay, menu and menu links. And here also we are not doing anything, but the execution is happening here on line number 10. Here we are just declaring stuff, but we take an object and we call this method like this. See, when we use const or any kind of thing, that means we are initializing it, we are declaring it, but here we are actually running the method. Now, which is this method? It is a JavaScript method, which is add event listener. So there are a lot of events like scroll event, double click event, or maybe just a tap event. Like there are many. Tap is like the click event only. So when you click anything, what you have to do, so that's what we are passing in the second parameter of this function. So we are passing this mobile menu, and which is doing these two things. What it's toggling, see, menu and menu links, and it's making it as active. Okay. Again, I'm repeating, we are calling this add event listener function, which says click. And after clicking, what we have to do, that we are passing in second parameter. And in second parameter, we are sending mobile menu, and this we are toggling the menu and menu links. So let's see what we are toggling. What is this menu and menu links? So in menu and menu links, we have associated ID, which is mobile menu, and navbar menu. Okay, so we can check this thing over here, which is mobile menu, this thing, and navbar menu. Okay, so why we are changing mobile menu is that we are changing mobile. So this mobile menu is responsible making these three bars into X. You see, X, and this 3 bars is happening X, and the navbar menu is this thing, a box you are getting, and you have this grid table layout. So these all CSS we are writing in media query here. So basically this is getting trigger. So what it's doing is, navbar menu, when it's not active, it will run this. When it's active, it will run this. So by using this active keyword. So in JavaScript, what we are doing is we are just making it as active. And when it is deselected, it will automatically be deactivated. So that's what we are doing here. Okay. So that's the main objective of JavaScript, just to toggle and to add a click event. Okay. So in further code also, if you have to put any button, and after you want to do some logic after clicking that button, that logic also we are going to write in this. That we are going to do in JavaScript more. So you will understand more JavaScript over there. Okay. My voice is not clear. Okay. Hang on. Let me check. Just adjust. Okay. Oh, others are saying it's clear. Anyways, no problem. So let's start. Just a minute, guys. Okay. So now today we are going to do the body part, which you are saying, which you are seeing below this nav bar. Okay. So to do that, it's it's going to be below this nav bar. Okay. So guys, just try to cope up with me. I hope yesterday you did a good job that you were typing along with me. And just a minute, I can see some request. Admit. Okay. Dhruv Shah just. Okay, okay. So sorry guys, today what's happened is that I didn't schedule the meeting. I directly created the link. So I guess some student might have that issue. Anyways, so yeah, all good now. Students have joined correctly now. Okay, so as I said, we are going to write the body now. So as usual, we will first write the content in HTML, and then we will start designing it in the CSS part. Okay, so remember that use shortcuts, as I said, and you can follow along with me. Okay, just a minute. Okay, let's start. So I think this thing I'm planning it to call as main section. So this main section is going to be your let's call this as a hero section. So I just pressed command and slash. Okay, like this thing, command control plus this slash. Okay, so after pressing that, I get just the command thing, and I can write whatever I want in this. So I will write hero section. Okay, and let's make a class called hero and ID as home. So to do that, first, what if it is class? So we write dot and the class name like this, and if it is ID, then hash and the ID name, and just press tab. Okay, and inside this we will create a class. Sorry, the class name we will keep as hero container. Oops, it's hero underscore underscore container. We will just stick to our standards. Okay. And Inside this container, we will write our main content. And the content, let's give it as a header tag, and we will give it as a class as hero, as this is h1, so it's a heading. Okay. And as we are a developer, so we'll just say like um, um, hire your developer, something like this. And as we can make this like we can highlight this developer. Okay, so I will just use a span tag over here, and inside that span I will write developer, or let's give us just a short form as dev dot, like dev dot stands for developer. Okay, so after this mm, we will write the subheading or the main content. So we will use a p tag over here, and for this we will give the hero description, and inside this we'll give explore unlimited or something like explore the technology, um, explore the geek, something like that. I don't know, you can just give whatever text you want, and we will just give a button just as a, to give an action if we think if we have to do anything with that. So this button we will give the class name as main button btn, and inside this we will have a main a tag. So a tag, and inside this I will just give hash, and I will just say explore, something like that. Okay, so this much part is done. I'm control saving it. Okay, so the content has not popped up. Let me just check, is it live? Yeah, it's in there. Girish, are you in progress 2 branch? Yes, I am in progress 2 branch. So good catch. We have to do in progress 3, right? So let me just cut paste this code, whatever we did right now. This much part I will just cut, and I will just shift my branch to, and what else change do we have? Nothing else. Okay, and I'm switching my branch to progress 3. Is the progress 3 branch? But before that, this branch is behind the progress 2. Okay, so what I will do is I will take a pull from pick a remote branch. So I will write here progress 2. Okay, let me just type origin. Sorry, inside origin we have to pick this progress 2. Okay, in that way I will just click synchronize. So I am having all the latest code, whatever was in progress 2. Now I have that in progress 3. Okay, cool. So below this nav bar, I will just paste my code, whichever we did right now, the hero section. Okay. Okay. So let's save this, and you can see we have this body over here, and now we have to make it look good, make it look more bigger. We have to scale it up, and we will like write CSS for all these classes which we have created. Okay. Let's do that. I will open CSS. We'll go below. And remember, now we are exiting the media query and we are writing a fresh new thing. So let me just give a comment section here and we will write hero section. So this section will contain whatever the CSS we are writing for the hero section. Okay. So let's give hero first, just the hero. And for this hero, first we will try to, as I'm going for a dark theme, so I will give a background as hash 0000. Okay, and let's give us some kind of gradient, linear gradient, right? Stamp 0000, and let's give some padding to this. And this time we have to give some bigger padding because this is a very big box which we are trying to create. Okay, to 200 pixel 0. I'm saving this. So we get something like this when we uh, mention the background and we give some padding. But understand that we have to see under for navbar also we were using a container, and here also we are going to do that same thing. So in always try to write CSS for the container so that in future you can reuse that container for some else thing as well. So I will just write the container which we created for hero. Let's write the code for hero underscore underscore container. Let me just check. Yeah, this is it. Hero underscore container. I'm ensuring copy pasting it. Okay, so this display would be flex, and flex direction would be as a column. Justify content to center, obviously, and also align items center. Max width we will give max width. Yes, I think 1200 pixels. Margin we will give as 0, and then the above part we will like just keep others thing we'll keep auto. Okay, now we at least we have the content in the center. If you can't see it's here. So the color we will just check it. And I think the next thing what we need to do is let's give some height as some perfect static height 90%. Text align at center. See, there are two things are different. When you do align content or justify content, this you're making this div as a center, but you're not making the text in the center. So this text align will make that particular text, if you're using a p tag or something, so that you will that it will make it as center. Okay, so make sure you do that whenever you have text. So padding, I will give in 30 px, and let me just save. Okay, it's little bit settled, looks settled, but okay, this is good. I think this much is fine. Okay, but now let's give some The header which we have currently, it's black, so let's make it some interesting. So it's hero heading, and here I will give as font size, let's give it as 100 pixel, as we have 1200 above, and margin bottom I will give this so that there will be some spacing. So at least for bottom I will give 24 px, and color we will give obviously white because the background is black. Okay, so that's how it's looking right now. Quite okayish, I will say. Um, but for this, I think as we use this gradient for this my name, right? It's like very tiny. So I think if we do the same thing over here, like see how this is looking, like the gradient is looking really nice. So let's try something gradient for here as well. So what I will do is, we have, if you see our HTML code, inside this we have a span, okay? And I want to make the change only to this dev. So to do that, I want to tell my CSS code only applies a new CSS to this hero heading, which is for span tag only. Okay. So to do that, we will do it like this. So I will give the same name, hero heading. Okay. But I will say dot, um sorry, it's not dot as it's not a class. So I will just directly write span. Okay, like this. And uh, to give a gradient, I think I will just use the gradient from the site which I have showed you. You guys remember what is the site for gradient? It's uigradients.com. Okay. Um, I think the name of the which I'm using it for, it's sunset, if I'm not wrong. See guys, you can use any gradient which you like. I'm just picking up which I like. So yeah, I will just get the CSS. This I will copy the gradient for that. Oops, I have this button. Click the copy. Okay. And I will paste it for this span. Let me just close this. And I have pasted this. Shift Alt F to make it look good. I will just remove this comments. I don't need that comments. Okay. Looks very clean. Yeah. Yeah, that's how now it's looking. Like that's what I wanted to do, so that I am emphasizing whatever the keyword I have there, which is looking quite nice to me. Uh, Again, guys, it's on your creativity. This is what I felt, and that's why I'm doing that. But you got the idea, right? I just gave a different CSS for the span tag only, remaining would remain the same. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. See, you can also use the gradient which we already used, okay, from above, and you can just copy paste the above gradients, and then you can just tweak around the colors. That also you can do, I guess. Okay, but okay, so but for this, okay, let's do one thing, guys. For this, I will give background size, background size, as 100%. Okay. And what I will do is I will use a WebKit background clip, which is text WebKit background clip with this text, correct? MOZ background. I will also use the clip and let's give it as like why I'm not getting text here. Okay, we'll just type. Let's see the consequence later. Text and the WebKit again, but this time we have to fill it. So WebKit text fill color. So you guys see, you might get a like a cross sign, and many of them were asking about the warnings as well. So just ignore it. Uh, it won't create a much of a problem. It's fine. I'll give this as transparent. I think it's also the issue of the CSS formatter which we installed. Even that might create an issue. Okay, so that's why it's showing issue. So that's okay. There is just this compatibility between these browsers. That's okay. MOZ text, but I'm not sure why fill is also deprecated. Anyways, we'll just for now we will use this color transparent. Okay, let's save this. Perfect. So now it's blending with the text. You see, like this. Now, it's being more cool. There are ways where you can mention the color as well, but I wanted to apply that gradient to that text. So to do that, I just did this thing. Okay. Um. Also, we have this button, and let's try to make that look cool. But I'm thinking we could use. Okay, before that we have description as well, right? Yeah, we have a description here. Explore the geek. Okay, so let's first deal with the description. So description we use dot hero. I'll just see what's the description. Yeah, it's the class name is this hero underscore description. So I'm just copy pasting because last time in last sessions we had a lot of typos. So to ignore that, we will do that. One is asking direct text को gradient दे सकते हैं क्या? Yeah, that's what I did here, right? Using these properties, that's what I'm trying to do. I applied gradient to the text without blend. You're saying, acha, without blend. So if you want to do that, then uh, you mean just a plain color, just like how we have white here, like same way you want this as like pink or purple. That's what you're saying, Rohan? Yes, okay. So simple. See how you did here. See, for this text, you used color tag. See, hero heading, color, this thing, right? So same way, if I just cut this for a moment, or else let's comment this for a moment, and I can give here color. If you want any kind of, let's take this purple color. Save. So that's how you did it. Okay. We can do that as well. Okay. So, but what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to blend with the theme. So my theme is like this kind of gradient and black. So to make that consistency, yeah. So if you have made this button as purple, so the make sure your full website looks in a singular theme or gradient as like navbar, like navbar. Yeah, you can do it. I mean, it's your taste. You can completely do it. That's not an issue. Okay, but just let me keep that code with for you so that you can do whatever you want. So I'll just type color and let's give blue wallet only for now, and I will comment this and I will uncomment this. Okay, so let's try to focus on this description which we have, explore the geek here. And to do that, first of all, the font size is too less, so let's increase the font size. Let's make it as 60 pixels, and then I'll make the background uh, I think the purple which I used here right now. Okay, what's the hash code for it? Okay, so let's try to give D822FF. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, okay. So let's try to make it a little bit more funky. Background, background, and now this is very interesting thing which I like to do, which is using the WebKit for linear gradient. Okay, and inside this I will say it from to right, and this color I will use 8F0EFE. Save. Is this that color? Okay, let me try again. Anyways, let it be. Uh, so this is if that goes purple, then I want to make it. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, okay. Let's do one thing, guys. I'm just focusing on the aesthetics little bit. 4FF, and then what I will do is I will use this color which we use for the above. And this time, let me just save. Okay, okay. Let me just copy this. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting the gradient feel which I wanted actually. But anyways, at least for now, let's try to improvise a little bit. So guys, I hope even you are coding at your system. So when I'm thinking on the colors and like I'm writing, so at that time you can just um, write the piece of code at your side as well. 0EFF. Okay. Uh, let's go ahead. But I think if we do this just as a linear, it's just happening same thing. Yeah, now it's okay. Yes, perfect. That's what I wanted, something like that. Okay, so let's see what else we can do ahead. And mm, see guys, I can reuse the code now. I think whatever I have written on the top, uh, this thing, you see, okay, and that way I can put that for this, like this. Perfect. Okay. So see, I will just make a comment so that you guys can. So this above below code, it is used for convert box gradient into text. Okay. So that you will remember that. Copy. So this piece of code. Okay. Hmm. And here in index, if you see, I have not highlighted anything. Hmm. Okay. So let's go in CSS. Let's write another class called highlight. And let's give it as border bottom. So by doing this, what we are trying to do over here is, okay, oops, where did it went? Ah, I just pressed Control W. So if you do Control W, it just go away. So we'll just you'll understand when we are using this highlight. I'll just tell you in a bit. But let's first of all, this thing is like, if you see here, this is not mobile responsive, right? See, it's just the this text is like way too big, and when we do small it, it's the same size. We have to make it little bit responsive. Okay, so to do that, we will write a media query. Okay, so to write media query, you know guys, we use @media and then screen and max width. This time let's give it a 768, something like that, around that range. Okay, so inside this, whatever we write is going to apply for the hero section which we have created here. Okay, so the first thing is the heading. So we will deal with the hero underscore heading, and inside this Tanmay saying for the button, can we add? Yeah. Oh, okay, wait. The button, I will take it. Just a moment. Font size. Let's give it as 60 pixels. And for description, this description, we are going to keep this as 40 pixels. Okay. You see here, um, okay, let me just check. Hmm. Okay, just a second, guys. Something is missing, I feel. See here, what we are trying to do is, see this black thing I'm trying to reduce also. So even like, okay, button we can delete, but what I'm trying to say is, okay, let me just maximize it and let me try it in the phone section here, inspect, and let's click as icon X. Okay. In the phone, it's showing completely black. Okay, that's cool. But let's check other phones. Okay, it's good to me. Photo G4. Okay, let's make it responsive. Close this. Okay, I just made a typo over there. At first, I was wondering what's happening over there. And now let me just check. I click on Google. Yeah, now it's looking good, right? Because now the font is adjusting itself. See, there is another note which you have to make is that um, you see this background black color. This is like blending with, like, it's not showing you white color anywhere. So this particular block, it's like covering up the all screen. So that's also another good thing which we did. But for iPhone X, if you see, it's still, you see, you can see a white bar over here. But for at least for Moto G4, it's been handled. Okay. And for, okay. So the reason is something I think going in wrong with our um, dimensions which we have given. So let's see where we are going wrong. Okay. But for now, anyways, there is nothing to worry about that white thing, because eventually, even if it's okay, if we have seen, because here we will put some another section and that would be visible. So okay, let's go ahead and try to do the further things. So far, are you guys with me? Are you guys understanding what I'm doing? If you are guys are with me, just type yes in the chat so that I understand. Okay. Okay. So uh, we can do the other section as well here. So what is this section? Okay, we have about section. Next section is, so let's give some about section. Let's give dot, and this is the main thing for that particular ID. So this ID is for about. Okay. Oops, I forgot to press tab. Okay. And now in this class, this is our main container. And inside this, we will create another class called main mg, and let's give it as this is the container for that particular image, so let's give this as dash dash container. Okay, and inside this also let's create another class which says, like, we will use cards in it. Okay, so cards. So for that particular card we will use, this is the main, that will belong to the main image only, so we'll give it like this. That would make more sense. And this would be an icon, so for now I'll just give an icon. Okay. Okay, and uh, okay, this looks fine to me. Here let's create an another, like, that's the heading part, and like this is the particular content. In here we will try to do that. So let me just create a class which says main content. What's happening to my suggestions? I'm not understanding. Content tab, yes. Okay, and here we will try to create an header tag, header tag. And for this header I will say what I do. We will write that thing. uh, then we with a smaller text size, we will write, we'll do that using h2. And in h2 we will write as we, not we, actually I help businesses scale and grow. Let's write just grow. Looks cool. Okay. Okay, and in this, the main content we will write in the p tag. Okay, and inside this p, we will say um, contact me, contact me to know more, something like that. Okay, and below this we will give a button, and that button will do something, action or something. So let's give a button, and for this button we will say this is the main button, right? So we can use the same class which we use, so I will say main btn. And for this, um there won't be any id for now. Okay, so I say tab, and inside this we'll create a tag, anchor tag, and like this. And this will see where to drive it. So after clicking that button, what to do, we'll write this in href. But for now we won't do anything. uh, contact contact me. Okay, I will save. Okay, now this piece of html code for the about section is here as usual, like how we did for this section. uh, don't worry about the button. So the reason, Tanmay, actually I left the button is, like, you see the button, we are using it here also, here also. So I want to do the button at the one go. So don't worry about the button, we will definitely do the styling of it. Okay, so the about section here, the content is ready. Okay, now let's try to figure out what css we are going to look at. And since we are here already, um let's go back to styles, and we'll see this as about section. Now let's start with the css for the about section. First thing is to dot main Let's see, we have background color, and this would be 131313. Okay. Padding I will give is 10 rem, and 0 over here. That's is enough. But the main underscore container. Guys, we will just take a break in 5 minutes. Just hang on with me for 5 minutes. Display red. Can we add, Tanmay is saying, can we add something for site speed? What do you mean by site speed? I didn't get you. You mean the load time when we load the site? Yeah, that thing is the later part, Tanmay. Once we complete the whole website, we'll do things to speed up. I will tell you what all things we can do. Okay. So quickly, this is the main thing to do, the main container. So let's see again. I have done the mistake. I think spelling over here is main container, right? Let me just copy and just the main container. Okay. And let's give it as a grid template column. So this is basically, see, this is having only a single column when we did a grid thing. But now if you want multiple things, we can do here. Let's say this is the first FR1. FR is also the unit if you are using a grid template in columns. And let's align items for the center. Justify it to center. Margin would be 0 auto. Height I will give 90%. So the reason is I'm not giving 100% is like it will cover up the full screen, and I don't want that. I want to see other sections as well. So 90 is enough, and Z index we will give it as 1 for now. Width obviously 100%, and maximum width we will give as would be 1300 pixels. Padding would be 0. And here also we'll give it 50px. You see here we do have like this section over here, but we really can't see it correctly. Okay, so just we will make this content look, it is content, and I will just make the color as white, and width should be 100%. Okay, and but the icon which is like the but let's do the same thing. I will just copy and paste, but now I'm trying to do is for the H1 heading, and and we can now reuse some things. Let me just think what we can write here. And the main thing, and you see here, see this icon is also a kind of a logo thing, right? So what I can do is, and I will use this neighbor logo, okay, and I will use this much background color, okay, and let's come to the last, and in the main content H1 I will just use that thing over here for like this for the H1 thing. Let me just mention the font size as 2 rem, Okay. Um, but can change this. 087B, and here I will just give ed1a52. Okay. And let me just see if the text you want to make it capital, you can do that. Like there is no need to, you have to write here as capital. You can do capital things from here also. So like you can use text transform. Okay, this is used for making your text to uppercase or lowercase. So I will make it just uppercase so that it looks good, right? See, this is now looking like what I do is like capital stuff. Okay, and just give some spacing. I will give margin bottom as 32 px. Save that. So okay, so we will just do the CSS for the H2 and all. We'll just take a 10 to 15 minutes break now. We'll just connect at 3:15. 15 minutes break is good enough. So at 3:15 we will come back. Till then, anybody wants to see the code, just let me know. I'll just open that thing. So for now, I'll just keep this as open. Okay. And okay, guys, see you at 3:15. Okay. Just be back at 3:15 p.m. Anybody wants to see the code, just let me know. I hope that is fine, Siddharth, right? Guys, I can see a lot of them are copying the code. Um it's okay. Like you guys can take a break, a proper break, and after 3:15, I will give you guys time to write this code as well, like 5 to 10 minutes. But just take some break if you really want. Okay, so that because we are going to write the code and we are going to understand more things till 5 o'clock. Just keep a note of that. Hello. Okay, better. I hope you're able to hear me now. And Suhan is saying your screen is not visible. It's visible, right? Everybody can see my screen, right? Yeah, it's visible. Suhan, is it visible to you? What challenge you are facing? Okay. Uh, okay, guys. So, do you want some time to write this thing, or are you guys good to go? Okay. Which part you are writing, Devashish?
CSS.
Okay. Okay. Uh, you can write it later, Devashish, or I think I will just push the code on push this to whatever I have did right now. I'll push this to progress 3. Sorry, can you repeat? Acha, you're done. Okay, so I will collectively do the, I will just push it. Okay. Okay, let's start. Um, okay. So we were dealing with the about section over here, and We'll just start doing that. Okay, so this have to write for now. There was one thing which someone mentioned me in the chat that yeah, this thing should be said. Okay, and what I can do is I will use this same hero description, whatever the thing which we used over here, except the font size, and I can um, copy this and I will use it below for which I'm going to write over here. So I will write for main content. This would be for H2, and I will just paste this thing. But when I do that, I will make sure that font size I'm doing here is 4EM. Okay, save that. So it goes something like this. Um, um, I think what else change, what we can do is here the background is different. So I will just make FF8177. Okay. And here the color which I used is 91. Okay. And here is DA22F. I'll just align it and save this. So it's looking something like this now that there is a dark side at the left and then it's going light, which looks nice. And then let's see what else we can do here. I think we can write code for main content now. This main content, which is for p tag, and I will give margin for the top, margin top. I'll give 1 rem, and font size we will give it as 2 rem, and font weight I will give it as 700. Okay. Oh, let's try to save this. So this basically defines how thick your font weight will define how thick your text should be. And coming to them, I think let's do that button stuff first, so that at least our button will look nice. So here what I'm trying to do is first let's give the font size which is inside the button, which is 1.8 rem. We'll give this looks okay, and what I'm trying to do over here is again I'm trying to reuse some code. So I will use the code for the button used. Let me just search. Okay, I will just type f dot buttn button. Okay, and you can use this whole gradient thing this much. Okay, and I can go to the last section and I will just paste the gradient thing so that we have a consistent buttons everywhere. You can see the button is not looking that fan. I mean, it's not great. So let's deal with the button a little bit. So okay, so we'll give as the padding we will give is 20 px, 60 px, and border we will give as, so you can see there is some kind of border, so we don't want any kind of border, so we'll just keep it as none. And then I will try to Mm, just make it as you see on your apps, you have that buttons which have some curve. So we'll give some border radius. See, few tags are like quite self-explanatory. You can understand just by reading them. So using this, I'll just save this. So you see there are some like some curve you have at your border radius corners. Okay. Um, Later, um, I'm just thinking, the color of the text is not even that great. So let's make the color as white. 1, 2, 3. This triple F basically. Okay. I'm just saving this, but I will say cursor pointer. So, and we'll give the position as relative and transition the same which we used, 0.35 seconds, something like this, and outline should be none. Okay. Mm, I think that's something I'm missing at this thing. It is more close over here. So just a moment. Okay. So what I've tried to do over here is we can just do one thing. See, um, okay, first let's deal with this button ka inside content. Okay, so the main button is index.html button. Yes, so here is our button, and inside this button we have an anchor tag over here like this. You see, we have an anchor tag. So we can like how we did for above. So same way we can do like this, like main btn, and just this will get applied for the anchor tag. I will give the position as relative only, and the z index, let's give it as 2, and color I will set it as hash fff. Okay, which is pretty looking at something nice. And the text decoration will set none, so that that underline is not visible due to this text decoration. Okay, so now the button is, at least it's looking a little bit clean, but we can do one thing. See, this is interesting. So main btn after, so how would be the position after some event? So let's give me position absolute. Okay. Okay. Guys, are you able to hear me? I mean, it's showing. Okay, now I think I'm audible. Okay. So yeah, I was talking about this main btn, like the after tag. Don't give space. So just make sure here we have space. Okay. Here also main contents we have space, but here we don't have space. This is the after property, and use colon over here. So here inside content, I'll just make it empty for now. Top 0, left 0, width it would be 0, I'll just show you how this works. Percent and background. We'll use ff lead. I mean 1EAD. Transition will be same 0.35s and border radius 4px. Okay. So basically, let me just see how it's looking in the mobile version. Okay. But to make it a little bit more cool, see, we learned hover also. So let's do main btn and hover. So what we can do over here is I'll just make the color as white. Okay. And what I'm trying to do over here is now I'll just copy this, but after hover, and I'm saying after. Okay. And width here, we will just give width as 100%. Okay, it's not working. The animation is not working. Something is going wrong. So let's see what did we missed. So this is correct. See, basically what should happen when we hover on this after stands for like when we click or not click, but at least it should uh, do the transition which I wrote over here. Background should start changing. So let me just see what are we what did we missed exactly. Oh guys, again underscroll. Okay, so this is our underscroll. Yeah, now you see when we like take our mouse on that, it just do the transition which you can see over here. Just pretty cool. um I think one thing I think we have missed it, which is, let me just check what did we missed here. Okay, see this position is relative. Okay, so what? Okay, I just wanted some spacing, so we can do margin top and then we can do that stuff. uh but I'm just thinking, what if we use padding over here? Just a second, guys. Anyways, I think we can just let me maximize. Even if we put the margin top to this, but I'm just thinking should we let us check index.html. Here we have used main btn is this anchor tag. Okay, so we have option for this button only. So button, let me just check the code for the button once. Control F and button, this thing. Okay, so here if you see, understood. So I'm just thinking that if we do some spacing between this paragraph and this button, so it should not affect our alignment. So that's what I'm thinking. What would be the best? See, if I use for this button, we have, what do we have? Okay, display is flex. Okay, padding we have is 1020 and both is 100. Okay, we can put a margin to this. This is, see, here also, this is an H2. Anyways, we'll just give for now at least. See how is it for PC or mobile version? Oops, I just closed it. Okay, this is for mobile and for this also it's doing the same thing. Okay, so for now at least I will give margin top 2px. So the container is causing that issue. So that's what my guess was. So there is no use giving this margin top over here. So let's see for PTN. So here for the button, this is the explore button, okay, and this is the main button, right? So let's see the CSS for main button, main underscore btn, right? So okay, so if I put that margin top for this over here, so yeah, it does the spacing thing for us. Hmm. Okay. 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 So far we have cover. Okay, so this is also working. Hmm. So let me see what we can do next. So while hovering, we are making it as FFF. Okay. So this icon you can see here. So we can play around with this icon. Also, I would like to say that mm, 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 mm. I'm just thinking, guys. Hang on. Okay, we have that container, right? For image which we have created. So let me just think. See, this image card and this image container we have. So we can start doing that thing. Okay, that would be helpful right now at this point of time. Okay, so let's start with the image container. That would be good. So we say main image dash dash container. Let me just copy. I just don't want to do any kind of spelling mistake this time. So this is our main image container. Copy, paste. Okay. And inside this, I will just give right now just text align center. And the remaining things which I feel is we should give it for the card. Okay. So we have this card image, main image card, this thing, copy, paste. Initially, I will give a dot and then start writing over here. Okay, so first of all, we need some margins. So margin I will give as 10 px, and then height I will give as 500 px, and width would be okay. So this is a card, so it should be like a box thing. So I will give the height and width the same, 500 px. Border radius, which looks quite good, 4 px, and display would be flex. Okay, so there is this new thing called flex direction where we can give it as column and justify it as center, justify content in the center, and I will give the color as obviously white. And now we can give an background image to it so that I mean using background image, I will try to give some gradient to it. So let's give that background image linear gradient, and I will use to right. I will give hash 00 db de something. Okay, and this should be for 0%. Like this is the opacity, you can say, or the transition flow, how much percentage what would be the ratio for each color. So for the second color I will give 100%, obviously. So my second color would be 100%. Okay, so it goes something like that. Okay, but I'm thinking see this thing, this icon, if you see on the big screen, it's looking really good. Here is also, it's okay, looking good. So see guys, I will just tell you, when you're playing more over like the font, and you have to you see, if you want to use some fonts, there are by default you have fonts in this, but as we just are using whatever the default fonts we are having on the local machine. But if you want some special fonts, which that font, see, when you put it on internet should know, right, from where it should pick that font. So for this icon, I would like to give a font which is outside the world. I mean, not in my local machine. Just a second, I can just see some chat. Okay, I saw it late. Loki, please accept Suyash. He left because of net problem. Yeah, I did accept it. Suyash, have you joined? Okay, guys, I think for today's session, please don't just leave it, because again, if you have to join, I have to accept you, and then you will be in this. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is that if I want to make this icon uh, use some external font, so I will just tell you this site, which is Font Awesome. com. Let's go there. Font Awesome. So Font Awesome is a website which will provide you like they give you CDN. So CDN is like you just grab the URL and you can just use that thing in your code. So let's go here and I will just search for CDN. Anyways, or else I will just type here because I knew already slash CDN. Do I have to really sign in this? Font Awesome. Just a second, guys. Font Awesome CDN. Yeah. See, guys, actually, I use this extension called grep, so I'm able to get this URL. But yeah, I will just share you the URL in the maybe in the drive folder. Okay, I will just share in the chat right now. You can just save it in your machine. This is the CDN for the okay. Ignore that 82 which came. So this is the link. Okay. So this is a tag which we have to import it in our HTML code right now. So by this you can use any kind of fonts which are available, particularly in this here. Okay. Let's go back to HTML file. So here you see style.css. So below that I'm pasting this thing. Okay. And just make sure that when you paste it, uh, actually there should be mm, a, a key called uh, cross origin, which is not here right now. Okay. Anyways, we'll just try. If it doesn't work, I will just log in and then we will try. Okay. Okay. So let's go here and so see guys, what is the use of CDN basically like see these classes. See these classes has been defined by us. So if you want some class which is defined by some other guys, so we can do that. And we can directly I mean we can just use their classes. So what I'm trying to do is I will just instead of this icon I will just use a I tag here like this, and inside this I tag uh let's try to first use a class inside this like this. So I removed icon, this is I tag class. So this I will write. So now whatever class name I'm writing here, this came from that CDN. Okay. And we can use any kind of icons, whatever icons do you like. So I'll just you for now I'll just type this thing like this is just for sample. Okay. So if you see here, like you have an icon here. I will just zoom in a little bit for you. Yeah, I will just maximize and reset. So you can see there is this icon from this icon is basically an image. Okay. Now how would that image got load up? Like we didn't imported anything like a file. like that's the beauty of us using an CDN, that external it will, what it will do is, whenever we have this class, it will first look up inside this style.css as well. If it doesn't found anything inside our CSS, it will like take it from this style sheet which we have mentioned over here. Okay, so this class name is like, if you have any questions for this, how did it load up, it loaded from that CDN. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so see, and now if you want any kind of icon, so you can just go to font awesome, and let's go here, and I will search, let's say developer, like something related to coding, right? So we have these icons, but this is all pro version. So for this you have to like pay them, but let's see if we have anything in free. Yeah, we do have, and this is what we use right now. I use this layer group, right? So I will use uh this thing looks nice. This is something like laptop is there, and something like laptop code. So like, see, this is the keyword which is laptop code. So I'll just click on that. So you see here, I get the I tag which I used exactly over there. So I can with this copy this thing. It's copied, and I can use this here like this over here. Easy, quite easy, right? So I'll just open our website, and you can see here I have our icon loaded over here. Now that icon is too small, and you can like scale it up. Okay, let me just show you. But before that, let me just see. Let's go to style.css. So I will say the FA. Um, what is the name? Let me see. Okay, so let me just check on 1 second, guys. FA layer group. So okay, okay, no problem. So in our case, we have just FA laptop code, right? Okay, no problem. So let's go to CSS, FA laptop. So basically, this is overriding feature. Okay, so you're overriding the existing functionality with the thing which you are using over there. Okay. Mm, and what did we use here? We can use font size as 14 rem. So that's how you scale it up. But I think I will just make it as 12. Yeah, looks decent, good enough. Okay. So basically that's how you're doing it. And I'll just do another thing, that see, that's an kind of a card. So uh, we can shrink or grow that card as well on hover as well. See, you can put the hover for this also, like how I did for the button. Same way you can put the hover for this card as well. Okay. Um. Anyway, so let's try to do something now. Let me just copy the linear code first, and we are going to use it somewhere. So for that linear, what was it? Uh, let me just see. Okay, I know the hash code. I guess I can search from that. 833 wala. Yes, so this one, I'm just taking one linear gradient code, and now I'm going at last, and here I am putting it for this ID, which is card2. I'll just tell you what I'm doing. So here I will just save this, and now I'm change the color right now. Let's see, FF12F. Okay. And I will change this color. See, there are total 3 colors, and the first color I would like to give is DD2476. Okay. And the second color I would like to give is FF512F. Okay. And I will just use these 2 colors. I don't want this last one. Okay. And you see this last one. Again, I will remove this last one, and this first one I will use DD2476, and on this color 77, sorry, it's 76. Okay, what I can do is I will use that this color. Okay, sorry guys, my mic is causing some issue. Okay, so this color I will give as 512F, and okay, let me just check what is it working well or not. Okay, I think card2 we haven't used right here anyway. Okay, we haven't. Okay, no problem. So what I will try to do over here is here I'll write see, when we have mobile responsive, the card should be like in a different fashion. So I will like to do some coding for mobile responsive over here. Mobile responsive thing is here, and we use media query, right? So media screen here, and what I will just mention the max width for here, max width, oops, max width, which would be 1100px. So now we are dealing, I'm just want to deal with the card, and I'm just trying to figure out what we can do there. Okay. And see, understand when we always hang on, just I will complete this media query. It's 4 o'clock. Okay, we need to take a break, but let me just finish this media query. Now I want to change the main controller over here. Okay, sorry, container. So we'll just change the main container, and now that should be in grid. So display grid. It's grid. Okay, and the grid template columns would be only one at a time, like this, and align all the items for center. See guys, you will understand. See, these two you are able to see this right hand side content and left hand side content in the one row only. So I don't want that. I just want to make it more look nice. So that's what I'm trying to change for this piece of code, this piece of section. And let's do first thing is obviously alignment. Okay, so justify also. Justify content center. Width would be 100%. Okay. And margin, we will keep it as 0 and auto. Okay. And height, we will keep it as 90%. Okay. Okay, guys, just a second. Chat window is okay. Now it's good. Hmm. So see, after applying this media query, I am able to shift. So I'm like my objective is to show content one at a time, because in mobile, if you like do show in this fashion, which I was doing it here, like this is not looking good, right? So you like people do this thing where you show one at a time. Okay. Okay. So we'll try to make some enhancement to this about section, and then we will take a just a 5 minutes break. Okay. So here I'll just give a CSS for main card or container. Let's give for container, and here we'll give the display as flex. Okay. And we'll justify everything should be at the center. Let me save this. Okay, so we have this thing at the center, but we also need the card. So for the card, the main image card. Okay, so this card, now this from here things would get interesting. So here I will, it's a box, so that full thing should get resized. So I want to resize to 425 px, and which should be also the same 425 px, which should be of 425 px. Okay, so now it hang on, did I miss anything? No, not so far. Okay, but then there is something which not looking correct to me, because that's this should be scale up. Okay, okay, yeah, perfect. Actually, the size ratio is perfect. Okay, yeah, it's looking quite okay to me right now. Okay, so we will also deal with the content. See, the content is not looking that great. It's to the left side, so it's simple, right? So because we can just we have to just make it at the center. So everything is inside the main content, and let's let's see how we can deal with the main content now. Main, oops, dot main. And guys, just make sure you're writing inside this block media query. Don't write outside that, otherwise it won't be applied. Content, and this content, everything should be at center. So what we use here text align center, correct? And I would also like to give some bottom margin, which should be a 4 rem. Okay, looking good. But if you see, this is the heading part. So let me just, okay, we will just write it main content, but for h1 tag. So for h1, I would like to give the font size as 2.5 rem, and obviously the margin should be for the top. So I will give margin top as 2 rem. So in that way, we make it little more look cleaner. I think let's do it for H3 also. Sorry, H2, I mean. So this is for H2, and H2, there's no need of margin top. It's already perfect. So here I will just change it to 3 rem font size like this. Nice. And the P tag, okay? The paragraph tag, it should be, so this is paragraph tag. Guys, please give space over here. Don't make mistake in that. So here for paragraph tag, I will give size is okay. So let's try to give, no, wait, size we will give, we will decrease it by 1.5, and margin top we will give as 1 rem. Okay. See, what happens is things work very differently when you have some different resolutions. So if you observe carefully, I have written it for 1100 pixels. Okay. So some might be using iPhone, some might be using Samsung ka phone. So as per the phone, your what we say, the design should would differ, but this is just the threshold which I have given. So if you want, you can just play around with different media queries as well. Okay. So next thing what I will do is I will just write a media query for media screen, where this would be for, I just type, oops, this is in this, and max width is 480 pixels. Okay. So the behavior for this thing would be different. So we'll just take a 5 minutes, quick 5 minutes break, and then we'll just continue. Okay. So far, anyone is having doubts, can ask me in the chat, or else can unmute directly. And guys, just copy that font or some this icon which I've used, the CDN that I have included just below this in index.html over here. Okay, so just take that URL from the chat, save it. Okay, I'll just wait. We'll take just 5 minutes break, and then we'll come back. Yeah, I will push the code. Latest code for today is pushed on the progress 3. So, okay, guys. So 5 minutes break is over, and we'll just begin right now. Okay. So, guys, this is just a small thing is left, and we will just complete that. And I want to finish it at 4:30 p.m. Like the coding part, we'll just finish in like 5-10 minutes, and then the 30 minutes I want to tell you like how we make websites online on like whatever we are going to do. See, this website, whatever we did right now so far, this has like we have to add more sections. See, our about is done, like this is our about section, but tomorrow we are going to put the services section below, and there would be a footer. If you see, every websites have their footers. Like footers are like the at the bottom you have contact us and all. Okay, so home is pretty much clear, and about is almost done. Only the mobile response we will do in 5-10 minutes, and tomorrow we'll finish with the services and the footer, so that our project, our website is completely finished. Okay, and then we can just play around with the buttons and like what we have to do with these buttons and all. But for now, this scroll, see, if we click about or home, it's just scrolling wherever we want. See? Okay, so okay, but yeah, that's how we are going to roll for the next 45 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes we'll just complete this, and then 30 minutes we'll spend on how we deploy the site on net. Okay, okay, cool. So I was talking about this responsiveness for 450 pixels. You can just write that again. So let me just type for the card, image card. And for this card, I would like to I will make that box more smaller. So I will say width is 250 px, and height also I will give it as 250 px. Okay. And let's keep it in that way only. So you see, even now like the resolution is way too less. It's like behaving quite nicely. Otherwise, now see, there is now border now, and it's quite okay. Okay. So okay, so the card is fine, and you see this icon. So we can also change that icon. So if you see above, let me just search that icon. What was the icon name? FA laptop code something. Yeah, this thing. You see the font size is like way too big. Okay, so I will just copy this, and at the lower resolutions I would like to make it as 4 rem, which is a little bit small. So see, eventually if you want to test, you can just inspect like this, and you can just keep testing like this. So let me just go with the, see, you can edit and you can just select whichever phone you want. In the device section, I will just select. So okay, let's select this Nexus 5 and 4. Yeah, let's see in those phone how does it look in. Quite okay, not bad, fine. Anyway, so that's that. And okay, so if a laptop code like that, oh, that thing we just reduce the size. And the next thing is the H1 tag, main underscore content for H1, and this I will keep the font size as 2 rem only. So the lesser the screen, the lesser the sizes. Margin top, I will give 3 rem over here. Okay, saving it. See, mostly some guys might not see here because if you're see in my case my monitor is way too big. Okay, so even in this like some changes might not be visible. So if you want to see in your machine, you can just inspect and just keep checking in this way. Okay, is it like looking good or bad? Okay, so you can improvise okay accordingly. So I'll just mention whatever I wanted to write here. And the H2 and P, I will just not waste time over here and I will just copy paste this code H2 and H1. P, sorry, H2 and P. I will just copy pasting the above code and I'm saving it. Okay. And I will just make it as 2 and here I will make the margin top as 2 and this thing I think there's no need to write no need to change it. We'll just keep it as same. Okay. And the main button. So for that, I will give the padding as padding as 20 px and 36 px. Okay, and here for this, I would also like to give margin 2.5 rem and 0. Okay. Okay. So let me just finally just check how is it looking. Let me refresh. Something went wrong. What happened now? Just a second, guys. Okay. Control save. Now I'm just checking it for, yeah, it's fine. Okay. So sometimes your browser may create some issues. Okay, it's good. All is looking neat and clean. Nice. Okay. So, uh, okay. So I think we are done with the about section, mobile responsiveness, and I think in the later section, what we have to do is now is to handle the services section. Okay. So CSS, I will just close the CSS and um I'll just make the make I will just write the code like just a comment for tomorrow's session. I'll just write services section. Okay. And this section we will do tomorrow. Okay. To code. So here we will write our tomorrow's code over here, services section. So far our website is looking quite decent. Okay. And home is fine. The buttons are also looking good. The everything is good so far. Hire your dev, explore the geek, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay, guys. So now the time is to show you exactly how you should deploy your site. Okay. Let me just this aside. Okay. Okay. So let me just close my browser for a moment. So Tanma, you're saying are you gonna push today's code on GitHub? Yeah, I already did. So right now the change, whatever I did. So see, I'm pushing it on progress 3 branch. So guys, if you want the code, you can just take from that branch. So see, I'm just added it, and uh, this is the about section, right? So about section done. So when I said done, that means I have completed the web version and as well as the mobile version, the mobile responsive part. Okay. And now I need to push the code. Okay, guys. So on progress 3 branch, we have our latest code. So switch to progress 3 branch. Okay. And one more thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to update the code on main branch. So on main branch, we should have the latest code. Okay. Um, so to do that, I will just go here and I will say take a pull from, and I will say take a pull from progress 3 branch. So now progress 3 branch is merged to main branch. So our main branch, if I try to run now, it has our latest code. Okay. So services, we will do it tomorrow. So now the question is, how do you make this visible on internet? Okay. So first thing is, I'll just quickly show you, like Codex Labs has their own domain, and I'll just go, I'll just walk you through the process. See now, understand my code is in this over here. I have my code, and the essential files are majorly these files, right? So I'll just delete these images. I don't need these images. Okay. And let me just push the code. Deleting images folder. I don't want that folder because I'm not using the image. So guys, if you are using images, then you can just don't delete that images, but I'm not using images, so I'm just deleting that and pushing it my latest code on main. Okay, so my main is updated. Okay, I'll just ensure that main and progress 3 are synced right now. So I will just say take a pull from progress 3. Okay. So now this, we are on progress 3 branch. So our code is here. That's okay. I will close the VS Code now and let's go to our files. So here we have our latest files in this. So this images, oops, why this is not deleted. Anyways, so I will just switch to main branch only then. So here we have this thing, okay, on progress 3. So, okay, let me just delete this from here also. I don't need these images. This is bothering me. Okay. Delete images folder. Always give sensible messages, right, guys, whenever you commit your code on GitHub. Okay. So I'm pushing my code. Okay. So let me just finally check. Is it working? My site is working or not? Okay, it's perfectly working. This is working. This is working. The mobile responsive part is working or not? Yes, it's working quite well. So yeah. So just for a moment, I will close my browser and I will close my VS Code also. So everything is closed. Now, understand this concept. Now I'm going to put this code on internet. So I have to deliver a few files to internet. So what are those files? So we wrote the code inside this folder. we have app.js, index.js. Just let me make it big for you, large icons. So we have index.html, style.css, and app.js. So these three files are the most important files where your site is loading. And now what's happening is I have this computer. So on my computer, so let me just copy this code and I will say, and let me just keep this aside, and I will make a folder called deploy. So now this deploy folder, I will just paste whatever the files I have to deploy. So these are the main three files because we have write the code in this. But since on the GitHub wala folder, if you see, we have this .git, .vs code, that readme file. So I don't want to add those mess in my deployment. So I just made a new folder and which says deployment. So I'm pretty much sure that I'm not disturbing my GitHub code, and whatever I play around, I will do in this deploy folder. So now this deploy folder, I am going to upload it on internet. Okay. So what I will do, first of all, let me first zip this. So when you have to upload anything, don't upload like directly, always make a zip. So I will make, and yeah, don't zip this folder. I'm going inside this and I'm uh, selecting all like this, Control A, selecting all, and then I'm zipping it. So I have WinRAR. So from WinRAR, I have this option from zip, add to archive, and then I'm clicking on the zip and then deploy. You see, and don't do any kind of ticking. Just click on the default. So you have this deploy.zip. I'll just cut paste on here. So you see, I have a zip file now, which has these three files. Correct. Now my job is to put this zip file on internet. Maybe like I want to upload these files on internet, like how you upload certain files on Google Drive. Same way I have to upload this on internet. So for that, I will now show you. You have to purchase domain or hosting. So there are a lot of providers like godaddy.com. But if you see web hosting and I click on explore plans, so it is paid. So you have to pay this much amount per month. So that's where, if you have a company and all, so you go with this because these are very reliable. But as a developer, for learning purpose, uh, there are this called 000 web hosting. Okay, so this is certainly give you a free hosting platform, but you cannot. So but here the thing is, you have some limitations, and I will tell you in a bit what are all those limitations are. But you see, you cannot go full free. I mean, if you want to take a let's suppose if you want to purchase a domain called www.lovekick.com, so for that it's obviously paid, but then you will get a free URL. That URL would be like something like, it would be like this 00.com/lovekick. So on this website, sorry, on this URL, your website will load. Okay, so let's try. Now our duty is to upload these files on this platform. So first of all, you have to create your account here. So I'm not sure my account, what's the status, but I will just click on get started, and I want this zero web hosting. So I click on free sign up, and just let me log in with my email, lovekick@codexlabs.com. Password, I will just use the this. Please use an email address from a reputed email provider. And okay, so I can't use my company email address. So okay, not a problem. I will use my Gmail account. Okay, and let's sign up. It's loading. So guys, let me just talk about the limitations. So obviously they are giving you free. So they are quite generous people, but obviously you will have some latency issue. I mean, there would be some delay. It won't be like way too faster than other as compared to other. So to get that high bandwidth, you have to obviously pay them. But as I said, we are developers, we are students, we just want to learn, okay? And we just want to make our website be online. We have sent a confirmation email on your way. Okay, okay. So let me just open my email and yeah, I got a verification email and you will get something like this. Just click to verify. I'm just clicking to verify. And just make sure you have opened your browser and it will verify your email. Okay, okay. I think our verification is done. Either the link has already expired. Email verification failed. Oh, strange. Okay, you are online, it says. Start building. I don't know then why did it say it failed. Not an idea. Anyways, so we have logged in. Beautiful. Close other tabs. Okay, great. So my email has been verified and it says that it's not my first time. Take me to the panel. Okay, so I will just click on here and it says that this learn web development. What would you be like? No, I don't want to do any kind of things. So, okay, we want to create a web design. So let's do that. See guys, this actually we don't need, but I don't know. Let's see, we'll just skip this for now. Okay, it says your website name. Okay, so I will give Lovekick Dev, and this is the ID, and this thing I will just. So this is your password, I guess. Yeah, this is your password. So, anyways, I will just type my custom password. Submit. It's loading. Okay. It says that your website is they have allocated as a storage for us and it's asking what do you want to do, install a WordPress, use a website builder or upload your site. So we have to upload our site, right? So I'll just click on upload your site. Perfect. That's where we get our space online. Okay, and this is the place. Public HTML is the place where you upload your files here. Understood? So now what I will do is I will just upload our files, these files, the zip file here. Okay. So you can just click here, upload files, and then you can select files and you can do it like that. Or else simple, if you are aware of shortcuts, I'll just click, drag, switch tabs and upload here. Okay. So I'm basically uploading my zip file in this public HTML. Guys, remember when you open this, you will get these folder. Always you have to upload your files for internet public HTML only. Don't upload here or in temp or anywhere. Go inside public HTML and upload your files here. So obviously we have uploaded a zip file, so we need to extract it. So to do that, I will just right click on it and you can click on extract and make sure you just here where do you want to extract, you want to extract here only, so just type slash and click extract. So if you see, we have app.js, index.html and CSS. Okay, so we have uploaded our files here. So guys, just tell me in the chat till now Did you understood how I uploaded those files in here? Easy. I just create first you zip the files, you create an account on this the like how you typically do your account registration on Facebook or some any online platform. I did that email verification. I just selected few stuff and then we come here and inside that we went inside public HTML and we uploaded our zip file and just right click and extract it here. And while extracting, make sure here you type slash. That means you are extracting here itself. Okay. So yeah, I hope that's clear to everyone, right? It's easy, correct? Okay. Uh, cool, cool. So now the important point is now how we will understand now how to see it online. That like obviously we need to type something, right? And then we will get to see. See guys, there is some reason we have given this file name as index.html. So in public HTML, the main file it will search for is index.html or index.php or whatever the extension, but it will look for index. So that's the reason why we gave our file name as index. Now let's go to our hosting platform. I will just see now this is your C panel, you can say. Okay, and if you just visit the site again 000webhost.com and if you log in, sign in, okay, signing in, then you will see here your Laukik, my website name was Laukik Dev and my status is running. Okay, and if you click on this manage website, and here you will get that file manager, which is we have already opened here. This is your file manager. Okay, so that is already in place, so I will not touch that. But you see there is one URL over here. See this URL. This is your URL. What which is over internet. Laukik dev dot 000 web host. Now why this name came 000 web host? Because they are giving us free, right? So in return they are asking to promote. So that's the reason why it would be like this. You see, I have typed Laukik dev dot 000 web host and my site is online, guys. So if I give this URL to you in the chat, you can click and you can see my website. It's that simple. Okay, guys. So I want everybody to what first of all, I will upload the recordings of yesterday's and today's, as well as you have my GitHub code as well. So first thing is you build your website. Okay, you build your thing and upload it on this web host. And trust me guys, even if you deploy it on internet somewhere, even if in future you put it on your resume that I have built my website and it's live, and you give your URL, so people will obviously appreciate you. And see, so like that's the reason why I selected this thing. The topic is like building portfolio, right? So my name is Laukik, and if you want to hire me, just click here. So now we haven't did anything on the buttons, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like the main objective is to making it online, and then you tell what you are and what you want to showcase to the world. Okay, so that's how you deploy your site on online. So now you will ask me, so Lokik, this is just a free hosting. What if I want to deploy it on the real life? Okay, so to do that, I will just show you. Like we have like Codex Labs has a lot of domains. We have one of our hosting. So we do use GoDaddy, we do use Hostinger, we do use AWS. So AWS is a hosting platform which is the best for not for websites but your backend code. See, now this is your front end code, correct? This is HTML CSS code, but the Tejas taught you Spring Boot code. Even that should be deployed it somewhere, right? So that it's pretty difficult to upload it on these all websites like I mean, it's not difficult, but it's quite expensive on GoDaddy or somewhere. So we use AWS. So that stuff you will learn later. I mean, that's not in the part of the curriculum of the backend deployment, but yeah, you just need to know that backend is majorly we are deploying it on AWS. AWS is a service from Amazon, which is quite good. So okay, so my next thing I wanted to show you is like I want to make this online on our we have um, a domain which is used for just internal development purpose. So I'll just show you that. Hang on. Can we get your GitHub link? Actually, it has been deleted from WhatsApp. Oh, really, Tanma? Okay, okay. I will just share my GitHub link on what I will just update the WhatsApp group description. Okay, and you will get that. Just a second, guys. Let me just get the access code. So it is secured. So I get an OTP and I have to do all this stuff. Okay. So okay, so we are going to work with this domain and let me just show you. Okay, cool. So now see, I have this domain called uh, codexlabs.tech. Okay, there is something wrong here. I am not able to see. Yes, public.html. So I will just delete everything. I don't want this. This is just useless code. Okay, so in this public HTML, I will up. It's you see the user interface is quite similar to the host 000 web host which we saw over here, right? It's quite same, right? So yeah, I will just upload our zip file over here. I will extract it over here like this. I don't need the zip file now. I will just delete that zip file. I just want to see my 3 files running. Okay, so we have these 3 files in line and cool. So that's it. So if I type codex labs dot tech, so boom, my website loads up, whichever we have coded. Okay, you see, that's how it's quite easy. Okay, so I'll just close that. So that codex labs dot tech is like just used for a development purpose, so that's not an issue. Okay, so I hope things are clear to you. Any kind of doubts do you have, guys? So far, all good? Are you with me? Please put it on chat if you have understood whatever I have said right now. I can see only 2, 3 guys saying. See, guys, I'm able to see interaction between selected. I guess 5 to 8 students only, and we have 24 participants. I'm really not sure that uh, what others like. Why aren't they are not responding, guys? Okay, but I'm glad that you have understood. Okay. Okay, so today's assignment is nothing much. All you have to do is just uh, like stay updated till like we design this thing, right? till about section, and which should be mobile responsive. So yeah, so this much at least you try to do, and you can play around with. You can use different icons. You can use different color scheme. You can. I've used this like dark theme. My background is black and all. So you can just make your background as white and just make your text look as like dark colors, something like that. So you can just play around, but just don't copy paste my code. Take a reference of it and try to build something of your own. Okay. So after doing that, keep your all the code on the GitHub, or else you can just deploy it on like as I said, 000 web host. Uh, so so I will just mention the website 000webhost.com. Okay, I think that's the correct spelling. 000webhost.com. Yes, correct. So create an account on that, upload your files on that, share me your links on the WhatsApp group. Tejas will review it. I will also review it. Okay. And tomorrow our objective is to complete the whole website project. So we have to complete the this what we say services tab. So there would be one more section. We'll do that. Okay. And then there are certain things which we have to cover. So like last 2 3 days, so our target was to finish everything at on 6th June. So at least for now we are on track. Okay. So yeah, guys. So tomorrow, guys, tell me time. Do you want 2 to 5 or 10 to 2? So if we do wrap up in everything at the morning session from 10 to 2, then you get your afternoon and evening is free for you then. 10 to 2, yeah. Even I felt that same. 10 to 2. Only one guy's Suyash is only saying 2 to 5. Suyash majority wins. Maximum people are saying uh, I mean almost everyone. So we will go with 10 to 2 only. Okay. Okay, so guys, tomorrow at 10 o'clock we will have session, and I will update all the links on the WhatsApp, like my GitHub link on the WhatsApp description, and make sure you take a pull from progress 3, right? So yeah, that's the latest branch, or else you can just use check the code of the main branch as well. Uh, okay, guys, so catch you guys tomorrow. Okay, I hope everything is clear, and if you have any doubts, you can let me know. And yeah, I know that people have texted me. So guys, just try to text on the group. Okay, so like I get a lot of messages, and like dealing with a lot of if you personally DM me, it's quite difficult to manage. Like so, some I message some students and some not. So there should not be any partiality case. So try to put it on group. I will try to reply, and if required, if you put it on group, and if I feel like अरे नहीं इसका problem मुझे personally solve करना है, so I will ping you personally, okay? But initially try to put all your problems if you have any doubts, queries on the main group only, okay? Uh, okay, guys. So catch you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.